And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Cry on a Saturday evening with guests. We have Ty with us this evening, Scrags with us, and the one and only Turkey from Koi Services has finally entered the building. So we'll start with you. How are we doing, Turkey?
I'm doing good, man. Yes, guys.
How's your week been?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I think I've got a delay on this, though. Let me see if I can. No, yeah, definitely got a delay. Yeah, not too bad. I'm just been really busy, but it's not quite the same as last year. Like last year, I was out building ponds, got 4 big, massive pond builds, but this year people just don't seem to be spending the money.
Do you find that across the board, though, not just with the builds?
Yeah, with big builds, like I've done like 4 or 5 quotes, and I'm very competitive. And as you all know, I work hard. So, but yeah, I don't know. There's one I've got to go and finish off for a subscriber, but literally, I'm out every day. I'm busy every single day doing like cleaning, servicing, installing filters, stuff like that. There just don't seem to be any massive pond builds going on lately. So.
Yeah, definitely. And for those out there watching that don't know Perky, as in not just Koi Services, you've been in the industry for quite some time now, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Job. Yes, so just want to say hi to everyone in the live chat, guys. There's a lot of familiar faces. I can't read it because it's down here on my laptop and there's a bit of a delay. But yeah, so I started out in the motor trade. I left school at 15 with a little one of them. And I got a job straight away in the motor trade. I just knew that I was going to be working on cars. By the age of 21, I'd got my own business doing cars. When the Fast and the Furious film came out, it just went absolutely chaos. But I've always been into my koi. I think I had my first koi pond when I was about 22.
Yeah.
And then from there, like I rented a workshop on a farm, and the farm was on the back of a fishery, Blythe Waters Fisheries, and they had load of breeding pools. So while I was there, I rented an extra bit, set up a load of vats, and I started breeding my own personal koi.
Yeah.
And then I'd sell them into Shirley Aquatics as English grown koi sort of thing. So, and that's how I've developed my relationship with John in there. And then sort of the car industry took a dive because like the insurance companies just killed off what I used to do. I used to modify cars. I've got some magazines actually. I should have got them out. So like I did like 13 front cover cars for Classic Car magazine, Fast Car, Redline, Max Power. I used to supply all the cars for Max Power at all the shows. And it was brilliant. I loved my job and I was really good at it. I won loads of awards and stuff like that. But because the insurance sort of killed it off a little bit, and my passion for koi, I started helping Shirley Aquatics out a lot more. And he offered me a job basically, and a house delivered, a job. And after a year, they made me the manager of the shop. And it was my job to pick up the fish. You know, I'd go to Israel 4 times a year, hand picking fish. Dennis would go to Japan. I've never been to Japan, guys, but I'm looking to go next year. Yeah, but it was my responsibility to look after all the fish, and I just smashed it. I took that business from £500,000 turnover with 7 staff to £2.5 million turnover a year with 19 staff, all t-shirted up, and I still speak to them all today. So,
Mate. So what made you leave the retail side and then branch out into what is now Koi
excuse me.
Services?
So they decided to sell the land, the site, and I was dead against that. There's a lot more into it that I won't go into.
Yeah.
But they wanted to sell the site and set up somewhere else. And for me, that location was everything to that business. And I couldn't push forward with something that I didn't have my heart in, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it was at that point that I set up Koi Services, which has got to be 10 years ago now. It's got to be. It's over 10 years ago. I'm sure it'll be. But yeah, but through working there, I've met some amazing mates. Like my best friend in the world, who's like a brother to me, he's Tony, who I go to Barbados with. I met him when I was working at Shirley Aquatics. I've been going there for the last 13 years. So yeah, I love my job. I'm very passionate about what I do. I don't take myself seriously, as you've probably seen in the videos. Like I like to have a laugh and a joke and make fun. I like to make it entertaining rather than just.
Well, if you can't have a laugh while you work, then you're not enjoying the job.
Absolutely. I like to make it fun, entertaining, have a laugh. And I know not everyone likes my style, and I get that, and it's not an issue. But my channel is for the people that do. The people that have worked hard, have come home, they love the koi, they want to have a laugh. You know, I'd literally go out and help anyone that needs help. So, how did you get into the koi world?
Me?
Yeah, fill me in.
How did I get into the koi world? About 20 years ago now. I was very heavily down and depressed with PTSD.
Okay.
And I've always had a fish tank or a pond. At the time, I was doing a lot of stuff on computers, and I got into forums. And
do you remember UK Crazy Koi? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember one, mate. And I also can remember how toxic they could be as well back then.
Yeah. So I was Mr. Miyagi on that UK Crazy Koi forum, and that's basically where I started as a hobbyist sort of thing with Mark Jenner, Dawn Chapman, and all them sort of guys.
Yeah, well, I was going backwards and forwards to Cutbrook Koi Farm, and I was doing stuff with Mark Davis, and he taught me loads, and I mean
he's
loads.
A nice guy as well, isn't he? He's an absolute legend, really nice guy.
But both him and Lisa, absolutely amazing people.
Some of the fish that I used to breed, I bought from there.
Mate, I've had some stunning, in fact, Sorrowboy.
At that time, they just had loads of tarps up. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's how long ago it was.
So. Yeah. And then I met Peter Waddington via the forums, and then became very, very close with Peter. At the time that I met Peter, he just started producing the prototype. Well, he just produced the prototype Eric 1. No, he'd already had the original Eric 4 in progress, but he wanted to make it smaller for smaller systems.
Yeah.
And he asked me to do the pump fed system, and we just went from there. And what a fact! I mean, don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people out there couldn't stand the man, but at the same time, at least they respected him for what he knew.
Yeah. So I used to go and pick his brains. I used to go up there, drive up there, and help him put his filters together and everything, putting all the jet matting in and stuff. And I was selling them out of Shirley Aquatics, and I did put them on all the systems at Shirley, but they didn't work that great. And the reason for that is, well, they wasn't mature, obviously, but they need a very slow flow rate for them. And obviously with the stocking levels that I had, like I had big issues with nitrite for like ages and ages and ages. But yeah, no, he was an absolute legend. I've got all his books and he's signed them all that he has. And Dennis Wordsworth, because like going back in the day, it was those two that sort of
it was But yeah, the only thing that both myself and Peter disagreed on with the Erics, and that was that brush box.
Yeah.
The brush box was the downfall of the filter. The horizontal flow bio couldn't beat it, but to be able to get the brush box to work as effectively as it should do, like you say, it needed to have a slow flow run through it, which at the same time, if you're growing large amounts of Tosai and stuff, isn't going to work in any scenario, is it really?
No. But he was a legend, and I've got a lot of fond memories of him. We used to go on the forums, and you'd get all the Europeans just like bead filter, and they'd start attacking him. So like, I was his little backup character on all the forums. There was Mr. Miyagi, my name used to be back then. Cheers, guys.
Yes. Man, you're going back now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was definitely Marmite. But at the same time, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the koi hobby that we have in this country today.
As it is, definitely.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, and I can't remember because John bought Shirley Aquatics off someone, and it was only a very small outfit. But again, like John Cook at Shirley Aquatics, absolute legend. Like he definitely for the Midlands brought koi to the forefront, and I think it just exploded through the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, I mean the only thing that I didn't get to see that I would love to have done, and that was Infiltration in its heyday.
That was him. What? Sorry.
That was Infiltration, Peter's own shop that he had when it was in its
with that big pond in the middle and the mezzanine floor. Amazing.
Yeah, I would love to have been out soon.
Yeah.
So, anyone out there with any questions for this legend down here in the corner?
Hi, Susan. Neil. There's loads in here.
And so, I just forwarded you the link.
Neil Cooper. I built his pond. Absolute legend. And a good friend. Gwen's in. How did you get on with Gwen's koi?
They looked fine, mate.
Yeah, did you do some scrapes?
Honestly, all the time he was there, we stood by the pond chatting away, and I'm watching the pond while we're chatting away, and it's one bit of flicking, flashing. They all seem to be gliding round, and she's like, "You're going to make a liar out of me now, aren't you, little bastard?"
Because another guy went out there and he did.
But no, personally, and like I said to you, I think they look back to.
Say again.
Yeah, Daz's koi pond.
Yeah.
Daz's koi pond.
I don't know him.
Little channel. So.
Yeah. But I think he went out and did some scrapes, and he said she had
Chiludinella. No, she told me she had Costia. So
well, yeah. So apparently he went and scraped. He went and scraped and said she had Costia, but then he went home and reviewed it, and then he said she had Chilinadella. But I think he treated with formalin and malachite green. So
yeah, he did.
That'll treat either that well. So I just don't know if he did a full dose of malachite green.
He did a full dose of malachite green.
Did he do a full dose of malachite green?
He did a full dose of malachite green and a half dose of formalin.
Yeah, I'd do a full dose of both. I do.
Well, that was exactly what I said to Gwen. Yeah. I usually do a full dose of both. The
reason why I do it is if you do what you're supposed to do is a full dose of formalin and half a dose of malachite green. But if you do that, you might have to treat up to 3 times, to eradicate it. So for me personally, you're putting the fish through trauma 3 times, Whereas just that one treatment of a full dose of formalin and a full dose of malachite green, yes, it might be a little bit harsh. Nowhere near as harsh as like potassium permanganate, but it just wipes it out in 24 hours.
Just,
Like it's gone, isn't it?
yeah. And I when it comes to Costia, I do the same as what the boys do down at the farm. It's literally a heavy dose of formalin.
Yeah.
24 hours, it's gone.
You just use formalin for Costia?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been using a full dose of formalin and a full dose of malachite green. Whenever
See, I
find
used to, but after being down the farm for the last almost 4 years, for now, my go-to is just straight for the formalin. If I've got a Costia, I go for the malachite.
I'll have to give that a go. That's what this is all about, isn't
it? Exactly that. I mean, with Chiladenella and White Spot, they get, for me personally, they get malachite green and formalin.
Yeah.
Costia, straight formalin. Trick, PP. Flukes, they get a dose of PP. And then after a dose of PP, they then get hit straight away with a fluke treatment.
Yeah. So I use Caramine T instead of PP to get rid of the slime coat. And I don't know, like I know a lot of people use PP. I just think PP is quite a harsh treatment. But also, like literally, like working with Dennis Wordsworth and Peter, like that was their go-to. So, and I've literally I'm just old school, and I've just followed that rule straight through. So, I find that Caramine T removes the slime coat without kicking the filters, isn't it?
Mate, you use the same book that I've used for the last 20 odd years, and that's Duncan Griffiths' book.
Yeah,
albeit,
I still go back to it. I still go back to it today. Like literally, it's in my medical kit, and like I'll always go back to a reference. It's that old.
Mate,
half the pages are stuck together, and it's absolutely nothing to do with the lube, honestly.
But no, I'm exactly the same, and I have still myself gone back to it as a reference book.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It can be bought via Ken at the Koi Collection. I think it's the only person that.
Yeah, but he has got a Facebook page as well. Duncan has. What's it called? I'm sure Duncan's got a Facebook page.
Now then,
how are we doing? Now then, Ty.
I didn't send you a link because, as far as I was aware, you was at Greenwood Koi today.
I was. I'm finished my work.
How did it go?
Good. Yeah.
Oh, and Perky, Aaron from Humber Koi. Aaron from Humber Koi. Perky from Koi Services.
Yeah, I've seen his videos. I do watch his videos.
Thank you very much.
West Brom Koi, yes, big black coffee, you absolute legend. But I'm going to see if I can zoom you in a little bit. Bear with, guys, bear with. I'm in my sliders. See if I can make myself look more attractive.
Bring you a bit closer.
Bring me a bit closer in. Just get a bit more intimate.
That's it. We love a bit of intimacy.
There you go. How's that? Is that better?
Right, thank you very much, Green.
That's going to be a bit better, isn't it? So there's a bit of a delay on the laptop. I don't know why.
But... We know what you like with technology, so we'll waive that one.
Terrible.
So
terrible.
How did it go at Greenwood Koi this afternoon or today? Sorry, Aaron. Even.
Oh, good. I mean, he's got some very special helpers that made the most amazing scones and cakes and stuff like that. Obviously, besides the fish being ace, like there's a couple of old mums there that was doing some old school buns and stuff like that. Mega.
Oh, so you wasn't stood in the kitchen with your pinny on?
No. I was panhandling most of the day, to be fair.
Yeah, panhandling, eh? Mm-hmm. Is that what they call it nowadays?
Yeah. Some of his ponds have only got like a 6-inch ledge between them.
Ooh,
and I was the guy that had to go down the back And do you know what? I'm just like, oh no, I'm going in here.
Did you go in?
No, but do you know when you're just like, it was.
Did Leo go in?
Did Leo go down it, or did he? Leo was there today? Yeah, he was doing well, selling pumps.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good day. To be fair, it was good it was good to go and socialise and not film and just help out. Because normally, all the time, I'm worried about getting a video out of it. And after about 20 minutes, I was like, there's too many people here for me to do this. And there's only 2 people serving. So I was like, don't worry about this. I'll help you out. And yeah, and I had a good day out of it. It was great just to catch up with a load of people that I hadn't seen for ages.
Question. Did you put any fish by?
Did I put any for me?
Yeah.
Right, so I did, but I then sold the fish that I picked for me. No, honestly, I did, right? So it was a guy's birthday, and he was like, I want to see 5 shower. And the bull took the 5 shower up, and my dad spotted it straight away because I said, there's one in there I want, and I pointed it to him.
Right, say that again.
There was 5 shower that I pulled out. And I just knew this guy was going to pick the one that I'd gone. That's the one I'm going home with, type thing. And he was like, "Oh, Aaron, but it's my birthday." Yeah.
That old chestnut.
Well, it's gone to a good home. So.
Who's causing an echo?
Yeah, you hear that too?
Who let the dog out?
Hey, Perky, you've got your laptop and your camera going?
Yeah.
Is the volume all the way down on your laptop?
Off. The volume's off on my laptop, and it's off on the TV. And I've just got my earbuds in.
Oh, okay.
Stop now.
Craig's muted now.
Can't hear it now.
It sounds like dogs to me.
Yeah, so no, I didn't come home with anything, to be fair, apart from 2 lengths of 4-inch pressure pipe, elbows, 2-inch pipe, swept bends, ball valve, that type of business.
Right, one question. Why are you using pressure pipe?
Can I answer that on a text message and not on a live?
What's wrong with pressure pipe?
It's not really needed, is it?
Yeah, you know what? If you're going to do something, you need to do it right now. I'm a great believer in pressure pipe, if I'm honest.
Underground pressure, above ground waste.
Yeah, so if I'm going to the effort of putting it under concrete and rebar and stuff like that, for the cost it is wholesale, there's not a massive difference in it.
There isn't a massive difference in it.
What, in price?
In wholesale price.
Yeah. There is definitely. Especially if you're going underground black pipe, like 110 mil, not like your standard drain pipe crap, obviously, but even 4-inch pressure pipe compared with, a black pressure pipe, I'd still go with the grey pressure pipe. Like, you want bullets and your braces or whatever it's called in it, so. That pond's going to be there. That pond's going to be there for the next 10, 20, 30 years. You don't want to leave anything to chance there. It's like, if you're going to do something, do it right, like you know, what's that old saying? Like go hard or go home, innit?
Mate, did you see how much concrete I put into my walls?
Nah, where at the farm?
No,
No,
that's my build.
Oh, at home.
it's backfilling.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I've got.
y'all's pipes over there. Do you have like when you say pressure pipe? I don't know what you mean. Are you talking like Schedule 40 versus Schedule 70, like the thickness of the pipe?
1 minute, Ty. I will Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a difference in the thickness of the wall of the pipe itself.
Yeah, it's a
But
lot thicker,
yeah,
and it's grey. It's grey, and it's a lot thicker than the black stuff.
yeah, but the thing is, if you encase your bottom drain and your 4-inch pipe in concrete, what external pressure is it going to get?
I don't know. I
It's
like.
the
Can you see what I mean?
I can see what you mean, but I've also seen videos of waste pipe cracking underneath the ground and people having to dig the base up to get to it.
I agree, and that's a
Right,
nightmare.
and
I mean, if,
I've seen one video, but the price difference, Vince, was like 17 quid difference for one length. And that's the one length that it's a 1 3 meter length will do what I need to do. So yes, it's more money, but 17, I'd sooner spend 17 quid than 2 grand driving everything up to fix it.
absolutely, and also where your bottom drain is, you know, there isn't that much concrete, is there? Like between the pipe, between the ground and the pipe, and then the pipe and the surface
Oh, there will
of
be
the
on
pipe.
mine.
So, but no, but if the ground moves or if anything happens, you know what I mean? It's just going to be a disaster. So I think
Yeah,
I always try and use pressure pipe wherever possible. I do.
I've noticed though on some bottom drains, there what you're saying, if you did a flat floor, there's hardly any concrete between the lip and the top of the pipe. But the one that I've got seems to have like 4 inch between the pipe. It's a really deep pot, and
Yeah,
there's quite a bit of distance between the top of the pipe and that because a couple of people mentioned it to me that there's only like an inch of cement on top of the pipe in the pond, and I looked and I was
yeah,
like, well, either I've got my maths completely wrong or this bottom drain's different to all theirs. So I measured it up to a couple that I've got, and that there's quite the pipe is noticeably down on the others. But then I'm only thinking that if the pipe's right on the bottom of the pot on that one, then surely it's not going to have dead spots in the pot, and it's just going to pull it through easier.
yeah.
Yeah,
I agree completely.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, but the pipe.
Yeah. So the pipe. So
It's in the U.S. We have like sewage pipes, right? That's the thinnest wall that you can get. Then there's Schedule 40, which is the standard, and Schedule 70, which is the extra thick walled stuff.
Yeah, so you'll probably find our pressure pipe is your extra thick walled,
Yeah,
and our soil pipe is the middle one.
Okay.
But you've got Pete in the comments. Where's it gone? Keep commenting. It keeps going up the way. He remembers Lee Ramsey's koi pond had underground pipe that was push fit 110, and it never
oh
leaked.
my god.
No, it didn't.
He was lucky.
Oh, wow.
There's always that chance, and why take that chance, especially when it's underground?
Absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely, Scott.
I had like 7 meters of the brown pipe that was all push fit for my returns, and I've never had a leak from it. But I'm thinking that the cost of where I'm at to with this for the minimal difference, I won't want to run the risk of doing it. I know it's easier, but it literally the difference was under 20 quid for that one length of pipe. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I believe in engineering things for the future.
I can't find the wall thickness on your schedule 70 tie.
Ah, no worries. This is me. I'm just curious.
Well, both pressure pipe and soil plate is solvent welded. And then you've got 110 push fit, which is a different size again. So it's not quite 110, but it's not quite, it's fucking mental. How they vary the gauges on the difference on pipes. Because you can get pressure pipe at an inch and a half, you can get waste pipe at inch and a half, and then you get push fit waste at inch and a half, and all three pipes are different size.
Yeah, it's class that, isn't it? Because if you order 40 mil waste from Screwfix, it comes printed 43 mil.
But what some people don't realise is, even though some push fit pipe will fit into a solvent weldable fitting, the pipe itself will not glue because the pipe that it's made out of is different.
Yeah.
So you gotta stick it together with bubble gum.
But I think you've got
The
Imperial.
glue melts it, doesn't it?
You've got Imperial and you've got metric in there. So if it's
Say that,
4 inch, if it's Imperial, it's like 52 mil. You know, so but again, I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of pressure pipe myself. Especially if you do like a DIY job, just someone building the pond in the garden and they're on a budget, then maybe. But for a trader to do, you're not going to take any chances. Do you know what I mean? Because
definitely. And Susan's saying, "Look out, Boots! Don't panic. Mine's fine." Yeah, it's saying 110 mil waste pipes, particularly when made of PVC or MDPE, are commonly rated for maximum pressure of 10 bar, which is 45 psi.
145 psi.
No, 100 bar, which is
145 psi.
is that 145 psi? Right, I'm gonna have to stick with that because I can't see.
There's
I've got my glasses on.
On an open koi pond, there's no pressure though, is there? Because it's open-ended, so the pressure from your bottom drain's gravity. I thought it was always down to how much physical load it could take as a crushing thing, because it's pounds per square inch, so that the flow going through it, it's not like capped where, like maybe on a bead or something like that, on a pressure filter where it's a sealed system.
Yeah.
Most gravity drains are open-ended, like in a drum or in a Nexus. It's just
because I've got like a stamp.
So there's not like pressure going through the bottom drain. It's just flow. And I always thought the reason why they was doing it is thicker wall thickness and more of a preventative from crushing with the weight above it.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't matter. I don't think we're using pressure pipe for pressure because it's an open cap system.
Yeah. It's just literally for the weight of it. It's literally for the weight of it. I mean, 1,000 litres is a ton in it. So you've got a 15,000 gallon pond. That's a lot of tonnage of weight on that concrete base. And I can go back to earlier, the gap between the pipe and the rim of the actual bottom drain itself, and the gap between the bottom. I just don't think it's worth taking the risk as a commercial.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, something that's that size. We're talking something like 15,000 gallons, or in Yeah, that's a considerable weight. But
Yeah.
for your average
1,000 gallons.
2,500 gallons,
Yeah, I think you'd get away with it. You'd get away with the black pressure 110 mil if it was like 1,000 gallons, 2,000 gallons.
yeah, that's what I mean.
You would get away with it, definitely.
They're
So,
getting set in. That's tomorrow's job. They're getting set in.
Yeah, well,
favourite koi? Turkey,
yeah,
what's your favourite koi?
Kaku.
Oh man,
Why? What's your favourite koi?
mine. It's series and Asagi's for me.
Yeah. Well, they was like the original koi, weren't they? That was like the original, what the farmers in
Yes.
Japan came out with, and then they started breeding. So,
Yeah, everything. See, they say everything begins and ends in Kahaku, but you look at the koi family tree, and Kahaku is a long way down the line.
yeah, well, so they all originated with the Shisui, didn't they? That's where it all started. And then every other pattern and colour come from that. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Go Sanke, and in my opinion, anyone who's got a pond, I would if I had a pond, I would just find the best Kahaku I can find and afford, the best shell I can find and afford, the best Sanke I can find and afford, the best Yamabuki, Karachina, Chagoi, just and that'd be it. Like literally less fish, grow bigger. Like I don't think you need millions of fish in a pond to make it happy. If you've got a decent sized pond, say 4,000, 5,000 gallons, and you've got between 6 and 8 proper dogs in there of good size, good quality, like you've smashed it. But when people get into the hobby, they start off with a small pond, they overstock, get a bigger pond, and they learn. And I think that's the amazing thing about this hobby is how you grow with the hobby.
Yeah.
But the end goal for me is just a really decent sized pond that's massively overfilled, with between 6 and 8 absolute legend dogs in there that will hand feed you can pick up. And yeah, that's it for me. But I do get why people are stuck, and I do get why people buy fish, because the feeling you get from going to your koi shop. You might have had the worst week ever at work. You're going to your koi shop, you're looking through these fish, and instantly, just from walking in there and selecting a fish and taking it out and putting it in the pond, I think the dopamine and whatever it is that you get from that is a saviour for a lot of people. I mean, there's no calmer hobby, I don't think, in the world other than keeping koi. I think
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Do you know what? I got as much enjoyment selecting for people today as selecting for myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I absolutely loved it.
2 seconds, Alan. Everyone's in the comments asking Turkey, are you going to the National this year?
Yes, and koi collection. So
Yep.
next weekend, I think it's another YouTuber. There's like an open day there, and he's going to go.
Yep.
So
Derby Koi.
I'm going to go next weekend. I think it's on Saturday or something. I'm not sure, but I'll do a post on it. But I'm going to go. So if you've got a Koi Services T-shirt and you fancy going and linking up, I'll be there. Neil will be there with his T-shirt on. I think Neil's in the comments. But yeah, if you can make it, go there. And also, I will be at the National. I was going to get like a little booth and just do T-shirts and mugs, just have a laugh really and have the crack. But
Yeah.
I'm a bit late for that, but no, I will be there, and I will take a few T-shirts. So if any subscribers, that support the channel and comment and give it a thumbs up and that are there, I'll try and make a video out of it. See if I can go around and pick the winning fish. And yeah. So who else is going?
Well, I'm going to be showing there again this year.
Yeah. It'll be good. It'll be a good weekend. It always is, isn't it? It's always is.
Mate,
I went
last
last
year
year to
was
the Koi collection. That it was a good day, but I'm at Wembley this year, so I'm having a weekend off next weekend for the rugby.
I was going to say, is that rugby?
Mm. Yeah, I would have gone. I'd have gone down to the Koi collection. It's I really like the wooden boards over the top of ponds like it is in Japan. I think it's ace. But
It's fabulous. Someone's ring doorbell.
Sorry, mine.
Were your ears ringing too?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Fuck. Definitely, my son. But yes, the Koi collection is an amazing place. And one of the things that I really love at Ken's place, not just the hospitality you get from Ken and the girls from the moment you turn up there to the moment you leave, but you can walk around that place and you can count on about 10 different hands, 10 different types of filtration going on in that place.
But
And
as you walk through the gate, there's an Eric Four that's
I know,
is the stream and everything to that one pond. So, but it's
yeah,
just like, you can walk around there all day, can't you? And you still keep finding stuff. So yeah,
mate, it's the only place I've ever been to where they have got dirty, great big 9-foot tall cylinders that are absolutely rammed for the K1, just tumbling around,
yeah.
dotted around as the it's just, if you go to the Koi collection and you don't come out with a smile on your face, just looking at how they built onto things, and you can see how the shop itself has progressed, not only with the way that the shop looks, but with the photo boards that Ken's got up dotted around the shop and that as well. You know, Ken's been in the hobby a long time.
Yeah. So, and it's just so quaint. It's, you know, I mean, and you could get millions of pounds, open up a store, and it'd all be too clean and uncut. But this place is just so quaint. You walk around, it's like little Koi statues here, and got all them benches made out of real wood and stuff. I love it. Like Ken and so, I've been friends of mine for a long time. So all the Koi that I ship to Barbados have all come from Ken's, every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
you've missed one key factor out though. Why it's a good day.
What's that?
Andy's bread pudding that he brings.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Oh, it's mega.
it's fucking done by the time I get there.
So I did message him, I said, "Oh, my team's got to Wembley, blah blah blah, I can't come." And he was like, "You're gonna miss out on the bread pudding." I was like, "Please post me some."
Sweet.
Yeah.
Taking part in the Dealers Koi Show this year will be Avenue Fisheries, Japanese Koi, Coastal Koi, Gray's Koi, Koi Water Barn, Perfect Aquatics, Prestige Koi, Shirley Aquatics, the Koi Collection, and Quenny Koi. Now, in comparison to the dealers that we had showing last year, that is fucking immense, if I do say so myself. Fair fucking play.
Exclusively not got a VAT there.
I think they've got a VAT there, but I don't
They're
think
just
they're
not
entering
showing.
the dealer show.
Yeah. I think they've got VATs, but I don't think they're going as a business sort of thing to sell Koi and stuff. So
Yeah, I don't think exclusively are showing, but I think they'll have their usual stand there.
So do you remember the Koi show? What's the Koi show in Kent? What's that one? Because it's 50 miles away from here.
The All England.
That's it, right? So when I was at Shirley, I remember like we loaded up 3 vans And I used to have this big transit pickup truck called Chugaboo, and I had this thing loaded and strapped up, like literally, it was so overloaded, it was unreal. We've gone to that show, and literally, I sold that in one day. So we had hands back all the way to Shirley. We had people arguing over fish, fighting over fish, and everything. Like, I don't know, like, because I never went last year, I went the year before. But I don't know, like, it was just the buzz and the feeling of being a dealer at that show with people coming and buying fish and just chatting to like-minded people, hobbyists and stuff. I think it's amazing. Like Aaron said, like just helping other people select fish gives you such a buzz. Like going through the fish, telling them why that's such a good fish. Like the video I did on the koi collection about selecting koi. It's just it just gives you an absolute buzz. Just because say if you've got your own pond, it's full of fish. You can't have any more fish. Well, what better to do than to help someone else select the best fish? So you can look in a pond of fish, and you could probably pick the best 5 top fish out of that. Go on to the next one, do it again. And once they're sold, and someone else comes along, you'll pick the next 5 best fish. Do you know what I mean? It's just an amazing hobby. And as a trader as well, I used to get such a buzz working at Shirley and managing Shirley and selling all the fishes.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Crafty, was I right in thinking there was only 3 dealers that showed last year at the National? If so, that is a major leap to the amount that are going to be dealers that are going to be showing this year. So yeah, that's going to be a real look forward to.
Yeah,
there was
that.
10. I thought there was only 3. Must have been me floating around on the clouds because I had one price.
I thought it was that back wall, wasn't it? The toilet wall and the National, that back end was the dealers' ones, weren't they?
All right. Honestly, Perky, I couldn't. I can remember Sunday, but Sunday is still a major blur to me. It was just, it's one of those days that I wish there was a few people that were still around to be able to see it. It would have been nice to have had Peter there, but yeah, it just, for me, last year was just amazing.
Yeah.
And if I don't place this year, I don't place this year. But the main thing I got from the National last year was a complete different love to a different side of the hobby.
Yeah.
Because
when is the National?
It's 28th and 29th of June, so coming up soon.
Yeah. So which days are you guys going on? You going the Saturday or the Sunday? Do both?
I'll be there from Friday. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, mate.
Yeah, I'll probably do the Saturday and the Sunday.
Yeah, I did both days last year because when you tell.
I think Perfect Ponds are there as well. As a dealer, I'm not sure, but I think they are. Did you? I know you popped it up on the screen, and I think you said Perfect Aquatics, but I think Perfect Ponds are trading there as well. I'm not 100% sure. But that's a little business. 2 brothers, and one of them's wife. I went in there the other day because the kids are off school. The kids were there as well, but it's only a small shop. But they sell all the gear and small Japanese koi and build ponds as well. They're decent kois.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're there.
Hang on, let me just. Why is that not doing that?
Yeah.
I think Craig needs some mood lighting in that filter house, don't you?
Yeah.
There we go. I thought he was saving putting money in his meter so he could have his pond at another 1 degree higher.
Yeah, that's better. Right. So his video. he never films himself in his videos, and he's a really good-looking guy. I mean, look at him, absolutely. He should.
That's it. The lights off. The lights off. Gone.
Yes. You know it. You're the pretty one of the ugly three sisters.
Oh no.
Where is the third amigo? We haven't seen him for a little while. Where's our aide?
He's been setting up his own, because he got made redundant, he's been setting up on his own, so he set his own business up, doing maintenance work and stuff, and he's been flat out trying to get that off the ground, to be fair.
Well, mate, he should have said, I would have fucking plugged it on the YouTube for him.
Yeah, he's on Instagram.
Oh, no.
He's on Instagram.
Mate.
Yeah, he's been getting that off the ground.
I struggle to keep on top of my YouTube, let alone doing fucking Instagram and fucking TikTok and all that other shit. Fuck me.
I couldn't do TikTok. I've got an Instagram. I've got a Facebook page. I just couldn't do.
Mate, I haven't been on Facebook in about 20-something years.
Yeah. I've got, see, to have a business one, you have to have a personal one. I'd get rid of the personal one. But everyone adds me on the personal one and don't follow me on the business one. But I just want to give a shout out because there's a load of people in the live chat that I've sent t-shirts to. So I know you haven't got yours today, Vince. So I've sent you a mug and a t-shirt. Susan, I've sent a calendar and a medium white t-shirt. 38 quid to post that to the US. That is absolutely.
Oh no, it's criminal, isn't it?
Absolutely insane. But it doesn't matter. I love it.
Is it like a mail calendar?
Yeah.
Have you got your top off like pointing points?
Calendar of mate covered in lube. And,
It's Perky in different poses with his big black cock. I mean, his big black coffee.
with his man outfit on. Yeah, no.
Oh boy.
This calendar's behind me. It's one of them. So Kerry, I've sent her one. I've sent one to Susan in a t-shirt. And just like, you know, the people that like, you know, always comment on the channel and stuff like that. So I don't sell much, but I've just wanted to shout out just to say. So it's in my video tomorrow, but I've sent all that out. And most people have got the stuff today. Steve Boother, like, loads of people have texted me saying they've got all the stuff. It's just a shame that you haven't got yours, Vince, because...
Mate, I was gutted. After the day I've had and the drive I've had today, that would have been absolutely perfect fucking opening it. So I'm gutted.
Did you get a nosebleed? Did you? Coming my way.
Mate, I had a real fucking nosebleed. I had fucking headache as well. Jesus Christ. As soon as I got past that Watford gap, it was like, I come over all funny, I did.
At least you went back home with your wheels on your car.
Well, yeah, there was that, I suppose. Fucking lucky, despite the way Real was looking. Oh, Jesus Christ. But it was worth it to see the smile on two subscribers that have supported me for the last 3+ years. So a massive shout out to our Gwen Gamble and Joyce Drinkwater. Like I say, she didn't know. Gwen knew we were coming, but Joyce didn't know until about 20 minutes before we arrived, and I gave her a call. She was waiting in for a parcel. I just delivered it by hand with Susan instead. Oh, bless her. She just didn't know where to put herself. But yeah, absolutely awesome it was.
Is that Joyce Springwater? Or
Joyce Drinkwater, yes.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. So she's been a subscriber of mine, I think, since I had like 65 subscribers. And I think Craig Scraps, he was jumped on board like really early days when I was like brand new. And I didn't know, I have a clue what I was flipping doing. And Suzanne as well. So 3,100 subscribers now. And it's all down to the, you know, like you've got your regulars here. They just like always go on and watch your premiere and comment and stuff like that. Absolutely. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I love it in the films and stuff, you know, and try and make it entertaining for them to watch. But you do get some people banging about big black cock and with wigs, and I was once called a caveman and stuff like that. So I went and bought a caveman outfit because like there's so many channels out there. You know, I just want to make it, and I'm a nut job, like obviously.
I could quite picture you like Captain Caveman.
Captain Caveman. I'll get and stick it on.
Now that would be brilliant.
Yes, guys, if you're watching, give us a thumbs up. Let me just give that.
Yeah, don't forget to smash the like button, guys. So, anyone out there got any questions for this here legend who has been in the industry longer than I have?
Oh, Craig.
Craig.
No, Perky, you plum.
Oh, sorry, yes, mate. Sorry, yeah. Look, honestly, guys, I don't claim to be the best of anything, but I am the best looking. So no, I don't claim to be the best, but whatever job I'm doing, I'll always deliver my best because I love what I do. Like every day is a different day to me. I'm doing electrics, plumbing, carpentry, blocklaying, rendering, fiberglassing. Like, you know, today I've been out to see Craig, gone through his whole pond, and you know, had to remove scales and treat his fish. And I absolutely love it. Like, I literally don't work a single day in my life. Honestly, I love what I do.
No, because it's not work if you enjoy it, is it?
If you enjoy it, you know.
How quick's today gone? Perky, how quick did today go? I mean, when we looked at it, was gone. The day was gone. It went that quick. We had a cracking time, really, didn't we?
It was brilliant. So my footage isn't going to be as good as Phil's. So if you Telford Koi Pond, so he did a lot more filming than I did because obviously I was doing the work. I could just set my phone up on the tripod. So yeah, Telford Koi Pond. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to him because he got a lot more better footage than I did. My video from today will go out on Wednesday. So tomorrow's video is about a drum, guys, and blanket weed. One drum mill, like literally blanket weed destroyed an Awaz drum, destroyed it, like blocked it up completely. It was an absolute mess, and it was for one of my customers. It's like an 80s pop star singer, and I've been out to her pond. I've been looking after her koi for like 5 years. The pond's never gone green, and it's absolute pea soup. So yeah, that's tomorrow's video. And then
Perky, Stuart's asking in the comments, what's your most memorable pond build?
That'll be Terry's.
I think I'll be Terry's, you know. I said about Goosebumps. Oh, shit. You know, I wasn't even thinking about Terry's. I was thinking about another one.
That just come to me straight away, Terry's. I'm thinking that's going to live with you forever because what a gent, man, doing that for Terry.
Yeah. He was a subscriber to the channel, and he contacted me. He'd got stage 4 cancer, and he was like, I've got all the block work done. Like, it wasn't ideal. They'd used some of the blocks were breeze blocks. It wasn't quite level. The pipe work in the bottom drains, I had to do all of that. But he's like, so I was like, listen, I'll come over and see it. And I went over and knocked at his door. Me and him went in the back garden, and we sat there for like 2-3 hours just chatting. So the guy had like a brain tumour, survived that. He had a main artery that runs down his leg burst. He survived that. Like, he'd been through the absolute wars he had, but he was so funny. But he literally sat me down. He went, I'm gonna die. And he's gone, I'm worried about what's going to happen tomorrow. Who's going to look after my wife, my children, and all this. And he's gone, they've basically told me, Dad, get your pond finished. Like, just get your pond finished no matter what. So, look, he had a small budget which covered the cost of the liner, the window, 2 windows, which were triple glazed. So he paid for the materials, the coping, and the tiling. Then he got taken into hospital, and I just got emotionally attached. Like, his daughters were bringing us sausage rolls and stuff. They looked after us so well. And there was me and Brandon on that job, and I just wanted to, and basically, he started to get the chemotherapy was what killed him, guys. He was a massive overdose of chemotherapy. He basically burst whatever was wrong with him. But he died the day after I introduced some fish that I actually got from Ron. I genuinely in my heart, from the day one, I thought that he would make it. And that was why I did the job. I did the job. I was sending videos while I was in hospital, progress, sending him the links to YouTube, and all the people that were commenting, like, God bless you, thank you so much, because he loved it. He absolutely loved the comments, read all the comments and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately, he passed away. So, but I've literally, guys, I go there like every week or every 2 weeks to clean the filter. Like I've had to fit a new air pump. I'm going to fit an auto cleaner on it. All free of charge, complete. I don't charge a single penny. I never charged a penny labour. I got him a Nexus 110, which is working absolutely amazing. It's a Nexus 310. Sorry, I don't mean 110. It's a Nexus 310, and it's got is a 36 watt hose lock Bioforce Revolution UV in it. And the pond is absolutely crystal clear, crystal clear. And literally, I'll go there, and when I'm servicing, I have a little chat with him. I hope he's watching. I'm sure he is, because he's a good guy. So
I'm sure he is, mate.
definitely going straight to more of it. So, yeah, that was a very good question. Sorry, I got a bit emotional. But yeah, that has to be the best. That has to be the most memorable pond that I've ever built. Definitely. Nice, guys. Thank you. Sorry, a bit emotional.
So it just goes to show how passionate you are about what it is that you do, mate. A lot of us out there can actually relate to that, you know.
Yeah. So it wasn't the best pond that I've ever built, like, because it had a rubber liner, it had a Nexus 310, you know what I mean? It was all done on a budget, but it's definitely the best lock in here that I've ever built. The most that I'll remember that pond for the rest of my life. Yeah. Next question. Sorry, guys. I do care about what I do. I'm very passionate about what I do. I am, and I love it, and obviously it shows. So thank you. Thanks so much for everyone that watches the media.
Mate, the love that's coming up in the comments is nothing but positive, mate.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's the other thing, as content creators, in especially after speaking with Joyce and Gwen, people that can't actually get out to cool shows and stuff like that, and people that can't actually get out of the house either, you know, watching our videos and what we do and what we get up to, that's their escape, that's their going out.
Yeah,
you know.
No, 100% agree with you.
You know, and as content creators, you know, we wouldn't be in the positions we are now if it wasn't for you guys out there watching us and supporting us through good times and bad times. You know,
100%.
it's very humbling, but at the same time, it's also very, very rewarding. You know?
Very rewarding at all, is it? I think, I don't know if it's rewarding to talk about it, but I've got like 3,100 subscribers, and YouTube I get about 120 off making 2 videos every week, but I'm not doing it for the money, and any I make, I'll put back into it. You know, like, so for Terry's Pond, I bought an air pump, I bought some bonsai trees and stuff to go around it like that. So any money that comes in, the money before that, I bought all the t-shirts that I give away. I don't sell merch because I'm rubbish at posting stuff, but I bought them. So any money that comes from YouTube, literally, I'll just give it back to the people that support, that comment on the videos and like the videos.
And this is one reason why, from the day I started my channel, I make sure I do my absolute utmost to make sure that I reply to any comment that is put on my video.
Yeah.
And that is purely because the way I look at it is, if someone's gone out of their way to make a comment, the least I could do is acknowledge that.
Yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
common manners, you know, and it is lacking in this society. But West Brom Coy says that's why we like watching you, Perky, your testicle.
Lesbians. Absolutely. But then, like, you know, the thing is, right, you've got like West Brom Coy, there's like so many, I've never met them. Like, I know I've watched some of their videos and stuff, but I could walk down the street and I wouldn't even know who they are, but they all know who I am. It's a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit weird. So I think going to the Coy show is going to be a bit of an experience because you're going to have people that they know you that comment every week on your videos, but you never know what they look like. So I did do a giveaway, and basically, if people sent me in a video of their pond, introduce yourself or
I know.
and then they could win a T-shirt sort of thing. So, and I had people from America, Suzanne, and all sorts of people. So, yeah, mate, it is brilliant. It's an amazing community.
It is indeed, and I've had this conversation with a couple of YouTubers that have gone to their first show after putting out content and getting to a fair few numbers. And one thing that you might find is that it might get a little bit overwhelming. I found the first Coy show I went to, so many people coming up just saying, "I love what you do." Help, yeah, and at the time, there was points where I had to take myself away for 20 minutes, half hour, just to sort of like. It's weird to put into words.
I get it.
I know what you mean, mate.
Like, because we're just like normal people, but we just make content and we enjoy it and enjoy the thing. But to people who watch you every Wednesday and Sunday, and watch all your videos and stuff, it is. I'm sure it will be overwhelming, but I'm going to do my best. I'm going to take a bag of t-shirts and try and film it, and hopefully, like the people that are commenting and liking the videos and that will come and say hello. Because then I can video them and I can put a name to a face and a name to a comment. And so, yeah, no, I'm looking forward.
I remember the first person going up to my dad at a Coy show, and at that time, he's a massive camera dodger now, my old man. Right, anytime the camera comes out and he complains about his knees and his feet hurting him, but you should see him move when the camera comes out. It's a good job he's retired and not trying to claim disability, because he can absolutely shift when that comes out. And the first person, as soon as we walked in Newark, put their hand out and went, "Grandpa, how are you doing?" Because it's all we call him on the channel. I don't know if I've ever said his name.
Grandpa's pond.
So the first person, and I just said to my dad, "You better get used to this." And then I just left him. He's just talking to people all the way around, and people coming up to him. I thought, he's enjoying himself. But I think it was a big shock to him of being like Newark's grandpa.
Yeah.
That is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, there's nothing I wouldn't give to see more man again. So again, guys, if your parents are still alive, you can cherish it every day.
Yes.
It changes your whole life when you lose your parents.
Mate, I'm not looking forward to Monday, because that would have been Dad's birthday.
Yeah. So nothing can compare you for having children. Nothing can compare you to having a child. And that's like the best thing in the world, but nothing can prepare you to lose a parent either, because even though you know they're not going to be forever, you're expecting not to be there. So anyway, let's change the subject. Because,
Anyway. So there's a question in here for you, Perky. Where is it? Do you ever do any pond builds down south?
So I've got a guy, and he's down. Is it like Huntingdon, Huntsford, somewhere like that? It's down past Oxford. And he wants me to build a pond for. I'll get a lot of requests, and he's like, "I just want you to build my pond." Greg, his name is. He's got me on WhatsApp, and we message each other all the time. And he's like, "You can come and stay at my house." I'll put you up in a hotel. Like, I literally just want you to come and build my pond and film it and all the rest of it. So, but it's just, like, I've got customers in Brighton all over the place, and I will happily drive because they've been customers of mine for years. But I just think for a pond build, it's a bit difficult because, you know, even if you've got all the materials on site and your digger and all the rest of the stuff, you're still looking at like 4 weeks, and you have to build a decent, you know, 4 or 5
Yeah.
thousand
Yeah, right, it's not a doubt.
at 4 weeks. So it is a bit tricky to do it on that. I'll try. I'm happy to drive an hour and a half a day each way to build someone a pond. I'm absolutely happy to do that. So, but it
And
depends.
this is why I said to get him down here.
There's a serious question there for Perky.
What's that?
Was there?
Do you blow dry?
Blow dry every day, guys. Can you tell?
911 Vince. Mark blocky balls.
I've just worked it out. He's our version to that dude from Gas Monkey Garage.
Richard Rowlands.
Aaron.
Yes, the one.
He had beard was longer than mine, wasn't it? So, but Twisted, me and you, I think we're on par, really, to be fair. You know, I've had a go-to beard since I was like 17. Like, I've always had a go-to.
Wow.
If I shave it off, I look about like 10.
Come and say hello.
Yeah, definitely. Is that Leo? Hey up, mate. How we doing?
I can't hear it.
1 minute. You might.
Perky, that's the proper star of the Umbercoy, to be fair. Leo.
Can you hear?
Can you hear me now?
1 minute.
It wasn't that great.
There you go.
Scrag, put your light back on so we can see you, you handsome man.
Yeah, put your light on, Scrag.
Scrag, put your light back on because we can see you with your light on.
I don't want to
I know like everybody's bigger than a postage stamp, but you've got Vince, Ty.
Oh yeah.
Can you? Oh, you have to get right in to see him. I mean, as well you had Craig with his light off that's about as big as the tip of a pencil.
That's
So, one question, Leo.
Yeah.
Why are you not still outside digging your dad's pond?
The digging's finished.
Oh, good answer.
good lad.
Is that a spoiler? Oh, have I just got a spoiler out of him again?
No, not this week.
Oh, that's it. I usually manage to get a spoiler in 1 week or another.
Like, do you know though when I was doing it, Vince, I was recording like 4 videos at once and doing one like half at someone's shop and half there. And then people would speak to me and I'd realise that, oh damn, I hadn't put that video out yet. Like, and I know that I was catching myself up. I'm thinking, oh, I've just told that and I ain't actually done that in like my storyline yet. Yeah, but I am now up to like what I'm filming tomorrow will be out on Monday. I'm up to present date now, so I'm not as easy to get spoilers out now.
Yeah.
I'm getting attacked by flies with the light on.
No, you look much better with the light.
Oh, yes.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
I bet he's gone for a can of white beer, hasn't he?
I'm surprised that Ty's not having a little drink in his bar.
I know.
I got a lot more painting to do today. If I have a drink, I'm going to be done.
Oh, is that deck painting by any chance?
The deck? The deck is all finished. I just need to build the steps. Right now I'm working on the trellis, the pergola that's going up above.
Oh, I fucking hate painting trellis.
I know. It's all the weird little angles. I'll show you really quick. Here's a spoiler for you.
Make sure the dog don't go in that hole.
Hang on. We'll put
Let's
you on
see.
solo there. There we go. Oh, isn't that posh?
Yeah, so.
Looks like Spider-Man's visited.
Yeah, I'm putting the primer on all the boards before I paint them. But that's where we're at.
Looking good.
Yeah. I was hoping I might have it finished today, but such a pain.
But then you joined the live and it went out the window.
Pretty much.
If I was you, I'd crack a beer open and just count it done.
Oh,
Yep.
gosh. All right.
I bet Perky's gone for a can of wife beer. So you going to be international both days then, Scratch?
Yeah, both days. And
Sweet.
I'm hoping to get to Koi Collection next Saturday as well.
So a while back, I got these tools, you know, like different screwdrivers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
My favorite thing is it came with one that was, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a,
Oh no.
And there was me thinking that was a Parmesan shaver.
cheers.
Isn't that what it was?
I'm joking.
Yeah, well it's past the 9 o'clock watershed now.
Gwen said hi. You are, yeah. Having
Yes.
supper.
Gwen.
You don't have to move, no. Just
Oh, Leo, he's not getting shy, is he?
well, no, he's just eating. He just don't want to be like that on your lap, just smashing cereals in.
Leo, I just ate a whole sandwich on the live. You're good.
Yeah.
Ty said, "Don't worry about it. He just smashed a full sandwich in on the live."
It's a
How many bricks have you laid then, Leo?
Rob Foxy says it's a paint tin opener, apparently, or supposed to be. And Sarah Novick.
Jim's going. It's his 60th birthday on Monday, so happy birthday for Monday, Jim.
All right, Jim Bob.
Aaron, Sarah's asking us when our next live is going to be.
Jim Bob, give me a call.
So it got thrown off because Aaron's rugby team is going to Wimberley.
Wembley?
Sorry.
Did I get that wrong? I don't.
I mean, you're not far off being right.
Not far off. It's Wembley.
It can do it the...
I'm going to give up right now, and I'm just going to say it wrong.
Saturday after. We'll do the Saturday after.
Yeah, we're going to do it. Yeah, so it won't be the first Saturday. It's going to be the second Saturday of June.
So not next weekend, the weekend after.
Turkey.
Correct.
Turkey.
That's the one.
Can you make him full screen?
Your wife
Got the
beat-
size of an ant on my screen.
Have you been on the Saki Grove, Perky?
Say again.
Have you been on the Saki Grove?
Can't beat the Lux, guys. Can't beat the Lux.
Oh, you're taking it off now?
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you just big black cock on.
Let's get it back on. You can't beat the Lux, can you? It's just a bit entertaining. There it goes. Oh, oh yeah.
That's the one. All he needs now is his can of wife beer.
Can of wife beer. We got one of them. But I did put it in a glass.
Nice.
I thought I'd be a bit more upmarket. You know what I mean? Being as I'm on your channel, I thought I'd put it in a glass. Just it's a bit
Hey,
like
mate,
a bit more.
we have no airs and graces on this channel, mate.
Vince, just remember, other lagers are available.
One thing, Vince, I will say, right, is when I was at Shirley and stuff like that, the koi industry was very ticky. You know, like my
Yes.
koi, I'm the best koi, I'm the best vet, I'm the best this, I'm the best cop. Your channel has brought everyone together, which I think
Oh, mate.
is like really good, because all of that, it just gets out of control. You know, like we're all in the same industry. Everyone should be helping each other, doing what they can. Because all the customers that I've got personally, and all the people that I meet, like Craig, the guy that was at Telford Koi today, we've all got the same passions. Do you know what I mean? There's no need for competition. We should all be out helping each other. And I think that your channel and the way that you bring everyone together, I think it's just absolutely legendary.
Mate, thank you very much. Yeah,
You're very welcome.
you're going to get me fucking crying now, ain't you, truck?
No, but I'm serious. Like, there is absolutely like
Yeah.
we've all got the same passion. Don't
And that's it.
take over to be, like overkill. Like you can get like I say. When I used to do these koi shows, it was quite bitchy.
It was.
But literally, because of my personality or my lack of mentality, I didn't care. I just literally I'd just go around and talk to everyone, and you're doing exactly the same thing. And like I say, not even tonight, just bringing everyone together, I think is amazing. Well done, you absolute flipping legend.
Mate, and that's like I said to you at the start. I mean, I used to do it on a Sunday afternoon, but then myself and Aaron were chatting, and we were like, well, yeah, Sunday afternoon in the middle of the day during the koi season isn't really conducive, because most people that are koi keepers are either out by their ponds or doing something around their ponds on a Sunday afternoon, and would rather be doing that than sitting in front of I prefer to be sitting in front of their ponds and instead. So yeah, that was why we moved it to the Saturday night, because there's more people available to come in and join us. When we first started it off, I first originally started it with Sid, Achiba Koi India. You know, he is flat out busy at the moment.
Yeah.
He is, and he will be back on the show soon. But yeah, and it was originally not just to bring koi keepers together, but bring koi keepers from around the world together, which was why I approached Ty, and Ty became and is one of the staples to the show, and has been since.
Am I classed
almost
as around the world then, Yorkshire?
Yeah.
Is that why you got a nosebleed when you came up?
Yeah.
You speak funny up there, but it's a different country.
Totally different country, Yorkshire. No,
but yeah, it was, and that was one of the reasons why I started the Koi Tuber Fest thing, and that started off in my back garden, and it lasted 2 years in my back garden, and this year is going to be year 4, and the second year of it being held at New Forest Koi Farm.
Have you got a date for that yet?
I haven't. I am going to try and nail Rick and Sean down this coming Tuesday.
Can you liaise that with Nikki?
Yes.
I'm rubbish with calendars.
Same, yeah.
But yeah, and that we started that in our back garden, and that was myself and Susan starting that. We brought together a mixture of YouTubers and subscribers, and then the second year there was a set number of people. We can't get more than a set number of people in this house because one, it's not that big. And I mean, on both the first and the second one we did at home, we literally took over the car park. It was mental. The second year we had it here, Rick from New Forest Koi Farm brought some fish down and done some koi appreciation, done a little giveaway, and he didn't go back to the farm with them. He actually gave them away. He actually gave a fish to Simon from up North Koi Pond because he'd not long gone through a bad bacterial problem. So it actually brought him up a fish to replace some of the fish that he'd lost. Also, a native fish to go in, just make sure that there was nothing in the system that was going to kick off. And has since
Mega
become
that fish now.
a really stunning fish. And Rick is kicking himself because he gave it away.
Brilliant.
But that is just the type of guy that Rick is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I've got to come and pay a visit, bro. Definitely come today because I know I'm not going to advertise that now, but I know you know my plans for the future. So it would be really good to just come down and spend a day with you guys. Maybe,
Mate, it'd be awesome to have you in for a day because it's. And I know it can be quite chaos and carnage when we're doing the lives at New Forest, but that is pretty much what we're like day in, day out.
But that's why people like it because it's the reality of it, isn't it?
And Rick is so open about what he does and why he does it.
Yeah.
You know, and just to be, and I know Rocket Boy feels the same. And I mean, we've been going backwards and forwards to New Forest now about 3.5 years. And to see the progression that there's been at the farm, not just in the farm itself, but the guys at the farm. I mean, I've seen such a change in the guys in the last 3 years. I mean, Sean, if you ever got the camera out, he was gone.
Yeah.
But now, you know, having the camera there doesn't bother him anymore. And yet he will actually talk on camera now. And to see that progression in someone that you've known in for a long time, can you see what I mean? It is really good. And to know that we've been instrumental in certain things that have been changed and are going on at the farm is another complete aspect that just blows me away. You know, the
passion. It's just passion, isn't it? You put your heart.
Yeah. And to know that I've got or should I say, Rick's got enough trust in me to leave me selecting through fish to be kept on. That I couldn't ask for more of an honour. Can you see what I mean?
But also, what a buzz doing that, like choosing fry to grow on. Do you know what I mean? And small fish to grow on. Like, what a buzz that gives each, like me, you, everyone in this chat room, and everyone watching. Like, there's just something about koi,
mate. Honestly, for the next couple of weeks, a lot of what we're going to be doing at the farm is we're just going to be sitting there doing Koroku.
Yeah.
Literally, and it's people say, "Oh, that must be mind numbing," but when you've got that little white bowl and you've got that little bit of airline, and you're like, dot, 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 it's quite therapeutic, to be honest. You know, literally, doing the Koroku saves the guys weeks and weeks of time of unnecessary growth.
Yeah,
I bet I'd be rubbish at that, you know.
Well, you say that, Aaron.
I'm colorblind. When people say keep all of that one, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
but when you're doing Koroku, all you're doing is selecting out the black fry, so you know the
oh, right,
difference
I'll be all right with
between
that. Yeah.
black and white. Yeah, and it is literally, you'll get a little scoop into your bowl, which will be a white bowl, and you've got an airline that's taped to an empty pen, and you start a little siphon on it, and you have a bucket between your legs, and then all the little white ones, yeah, they go into the bucket, and then all the black ones that are left either go into a bigger bowl, or they're going straight into the pond that they're going into.
Right.
And then all the white ones that are left, they can get fed to the next size up.
Free food,
Because because with Hitsuri, Shiro, Showa, that selection process can be done at 4 days old.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Rick has said, and I truly believe him, that he has done it where he's actually selected through the egg, and he's deselected the white ones actually in the egg just before they hatch.
Wow.
And that is just on another level.
Yeah. I mean, it is odd because space is everything, volume of water,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's detrimental to these fries. So the quicker you can distinguish what is going to be a keeper, what needs to go, even for the first 25%, that's an absolute. Because
Right.
that's a knowledge under itself.
Yeah. One of the Shiro pairings that he does, he knows that she produces a lot of eggs, but she doesn't produce a lot of black fry. So out of one spawning, you could only 6% of that spawning could be black.
Yeah.
And the rest is taking up space because it's a non-entity, isn't it? Because if it's not black, then it's never going to have any black in it. So it is literally just going to become food for the next one. And literally, we will stand at the pond edge in the hatchery before it gets too warm in there, and literally the 4-day-old fry gets sucked up and straight into the pond with 10-day-old fry, and they munch as soon as they hit the water. They're gone.
Speaking of fry, how long do you think a 1-inch koi can survive out of water for?
An hour.
A lot longer than an hour.
1 hour.
It depends
It's
on
a lot
how
longer
much
than an hour.
Longer.
So I'm not going to put a full spoiler in, but I've been and bought a filter, undisclosed filter, and I tipped all of the water out of it at the person's property. Drove home, couldn't be bothered to get it out of the van, left it in the van overnight, and then came to start stripping it down and bleaching it the next day. And it was on the side, flapping around, this 1-inch koi in the bottom of that filter the next day.
No way.
It must have been living on residue in the bottom.
Yeah.
And I rung Stu from Greenwood Koi, who helped me pick it up, and said, I found a 1-inch koi in it. And he said, nah, there's no water in it. We tipped it out. We tipped it upside down on the grass. Yes, we did.
Wow.
There's a 1-inch koi in it. So I put it in a Chinese tub, and I was like, well, there's absolutely biosecurity, no way that can come to mind.
Yeah.
And I found a wildlife pond with no fish in it that the person's taking it on, and it's swimming around happy as Larry. Like that big.
Is it?
I was like,
Vince, there's a question for you in the. I think you've missed it a couple of times. Richard Broadhurst.
Richard Broadhurst. Hi, Vince. Sorry to ask you again, but I don't know if you did not see my last comment. Can you ask the panel if RO water is best for Kohaku fry with fry? I tend to use HMA water as a rule. I don't know what HMA water is, and RO water, I don't know enough about it to comment.
I've raised this many fry, so I have zero input here.
The RO water literally strips all the minerals, everything out of it. So personally, I wouldn't. So say if you've got a marine tank or a tropical tank, yeah, you use RO. But for koi, I think that they need those minerals in the water. That's in my honest opinion. RO water is completely stripped. So if you drink RO water constantly, it wouldn't do any good because you need to put an additive in it. You need to add back in the minerals too. And again, like so,
Come on.
situation
Good grab.
That's is a low mineral content in the fish. So the koi has got salinity, the same as humans. That's something that koi and humans have got in common. They've got a 0.1 salinity level. So with RO water, you're literally stripping all of the minerals, all of that salinity. Yeah. So I don't personally think that'd be ideal for koi.
Isn't HMA, that's heavy metals remover, so it's just like having a big blue or a 3-stage in front of it.
Yeah. So I think it's basically like a carbon filter, isn't it?
I don't use any of them either.
So a carbon filter.
We do. So the last few weeks I've been testing with a bench tester in our area, and we've got so many metals, and Yorkshire water have just gone to chloramine rather than chlorine. It's got ammonia in my tap water. Yeah, I've had a right laugh over the last 2 weeks of source water.
Oh, nice.
That's what we're looking in the Midlands. In the Midlands, there's barely any chlorine in the water, and not a lot of chloramine, but there is a lot of copper, lead, and zinc. That's the big one, but that's because it's all the knacker old pipes and stuff. But we are lucky in that respect. Like I can do a pond clean, put some like Acroside crystals in and fill it back up from the tap, and the fish will be absolutely fine. Whereas in other parts of this country, especially around London, if you did that, you just kill all your fish. You literally just kill all your fish. So it is good to check everything that's going on through your water, really. So,
yeah, definitely.
But metals like copper, lead, and zinc, as soon as sunlight hits that, it's just going to go green in it straight away.
Yeah.
But the mineral content is removed with an RO machine. Going back to the
Isn't the whole point of the RO is just to lower the pH down, to keep the pH down lower, which is supposed to be better for the Benny?
No, basically an RO machine strips everything out of the water. So it strips the minerals, the metals, everything out of it. So
I know that, but I don't think a lot of I think what he's trying to get at is, I know a lot of people that have high price Kohaku and stuff have RO systems, and they're only using that RO system to keep and maintain their pH.
Yeah.
For what they want out of their koi. It's not a prerequisite to have RO water to make your Kohaku better.
Yeah.
I think manipulating water, depending on, because I've heard Rick at New Forest, I've heard him say about bringing koi in from mud ponds that will really struggle with sumi and throwing them in the concrete ponds. Right, you've got two massive different elements there, and it throws sumi up. And I'm pretty certain I've read regarding the RO side of it, of what he's trying to get out there, but I don't know. I was looking at RO for completely different reasons. But I don't think it's a path I want to go down at the moment. Just with how bad our source water is at the moment, when I've had lots of people in my area, well, I've taken bench testers round and found chloramine in everyone's tap and pond, and after people with very expensive double big blues, one with bone char and one with activated carbon, it's still getting through that. So I was like, is this the only way that we're going to be able to put safe water in the pond? But
Yeah. Wow.
Phil uses RO because his water in Telford's pants, so he went onto RO and he swears by it.
Yeah,
he's
but Phil's also
recirculating though, isn't he?
recycling old water, though, isn't he? So, as opposed to a normal RO system, that 70% of your water goes down the waste. Phil's is reduced considerably because he's got that big recycle unit on it. So it is a completely different system.
It's still putting 70% water down the waste though.
But how can it still be putting 70% of it down the waste if it's being recycled and then put back through the system?
So every time Phil tops up, 70% of that water gets chucked out.
And if you put it through again, 100% of it will get chucked out.
So it's recycled, as in, so there's two types of RO. One goes from the hose pipe through the unit into the pond. That's straight in. The other one's recycling it, but that tap water is going on a top up, still has to go in the pond. So the loss of that is still getting kicked out.
I think I get
He's going to have to top up for evaporation, right? For water changes, when all of that happens, so he's going to have to top up. Right, and a recycled unit is recycling pond water through it, so anything that's not pure gets kicked out. As opposed to putting one in line and putting pure in. I don't think it's 70% anyway. I think it's closer to 40 from what Mr. Finch was telling me.
Right.
Yeah. Between 40 and 60% in it will get kicked out. So I used to sell RO water and salt.
Oh, look at that. Mr. Mitchell's in the comments, 40%. So I think my math was pretty on the point.
Susan's got a question in here. If I use water conditioner before fluke treatment, is it going to reduce the effectiveness of the fluke treatment?
What water conditioner, Susan? Just like a dechlorinator.
Yeah. What water debris are you putting in?
So she's in the US, so it's like a totally different water.
Susan, are you using Praziquantel?
Excuse me.
I forgot we got our resident Yank here, haven't we?
Yes, yeah, the US.
Ooh.
Yeah. Come on, Ty, step in.
I can't imagine that it would make a difference. If you're just using dechlorinator before adding a fluke treatment like Praziquantel. Oh, you're using the same stuff I used. I did a water change before I treated my pond with Prazi. So I think you're fine, Susan.
Oh,
it says on the instructions to do a water change before using it.
She says she's using Seachem Prime.
Yeah,
I know of it.
By that.
I don't know anything about it, so I've got I can't help on that one.
Yeah, the stuff in the US is completely different. They can't get a lot of the stuff that we can get over here, which is crazy. You'd think I mean, got
My
Susan.
dad uses that product though that they've got there. That's Seacham's Prime.
Yeah, Seachem Prime. I've heard of it.
I haven't used Seachem. Yeah, Susan, I say go for it.
Ah, she's saying
Oh.
Prime removes everything. Is this one of these ones that binds
Okay.
everything together?
Okay, so it's not just a dechlorinator. I see. In that case, Susan, I honestly, I don't know.
I think it.
I probably won't put it in if I'm honest, because I think it's more of a neutralising agent, isn't it? And it could have an effect on what you're going in with afterwards.
Yeah.
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 I know, and I speak from experience. A few weeks ago, I had to PP my pond, and I didn't realise the amount of days before that I'd put detox in, and it literally lasted about 8 minutes in the pond.
No way.
PP. Honestly, yeah, and it went brown, and this is in a swimming pool with like no bio load in it at all. Swimming pool was, how old was it? Scragged about 2 weeks old. It had no green on it at all. It
Yeah, it weren't very old.
and it was under 10 minutes. So yeah,
Is that
and
that
when
new
I counted,
complete detox stuff?
yeah, when I counted back, I was like, oh dear, yeah, I did put that in like 4 days ago. So
That's crazy, that isn't it?
I did a big water change, and went back again on the next day, and it was fine.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Crafty to send me some out so I can have a trial of it.
In all fairness, so I'm independently trialing it, not from anybody else. Because there's quite a few koi keepers around here use Paul as one. I'm going and what?
Blue Kex, is that the one that Paul is involved in?
No,
which
but
is the pond detox.
Yeah, the pond detox one. That one that Craig's got there, but that one doesn't do chloramine when the other one does. And obviously, Yorkshire water changing to chloramine, so I've been using that. And since I've used that, my fish have really perked up, not been flashing, and gone from there. And every time I've been changing water, I've been putting a bit in that one. Craig's got all the goods. Look.
Hang on, keep it there, Craig, a second.
All the gear and no idea, mate.
Look at that hunk of manliness there.
Yes, that handsome man there.
He is such a handsome man.
I need Craig to advertise my merch for me.
We're going to have to turn him into everyone's merch model, aren't we?
I think we should.
Are you pushing your lass out of camera there, Craig?
She doesn't know, and she'll get mad if she finds out she's on camera.
That's real tight. Get out, shot.
Oh, mate.
She would go mad if she found out. She looked after you today.
Best bacon sandwich I've had in the last year, that was for sure.
Craig's like, get out of the way, it's my limelight.
It's funny how he'll come on, like show his face now, but in his own videos he doesn't, and he should do.
Oh no.
Because he is a good looking chap, and he's got an amazing personality. And I reckon it'd help his channel if he could stand on there. I used to hate having my pictures up before I had a YouTube channel. There is no pictures of me, literally. But I think that's something you have to like progress to. But what a handsome devil he actually is.
Are you wearing this, Dawn? You wear this?
Sorry, guys. If I was a bird, I would. If I was a bird, I wasn't a lesbian, I absolutely would.
Craig shouted at his last going, have you weighed this? They're calling me handsome.
I'm just done a 50% water change, and I'm having to fill up with 2 hose pipes. So we've just done a chlorine test and chlorine's up a little bit. So we just bring some thiosulfate in. Yeah.
I've got some of that. After treatment is finished. Yeah, well, I'm waiting for Crafty to send me out a bag, and then I'll start testing it on my pond, which is finally starting to clear. The green is going. I mean, I think it was about fucking 10 o'clock. I think it was 10 o'clock Thursday night. I was in the filter house with the multi-tool, cutting the fucking skimmer pipe work. Yeah, that leaky UV that I had off a Rocket Boy, I've sealed the living shit out of it with sealant, self-amalgamating tape and electrical tape. That motherfucker's not leaking for anything. So, yeah, 24 hours and me green water's starting to disappear. So, can't wait on. We'll be able to get going through the fish so I can work out what I'm taking to the show. And I'm not telling you lot what I'm taking because you're going to have to wait and have a surprise. A bit like Juice did yesterday. Anyway, guys, I think we've waffled on for long enough. Like now, hour and 50 minutes. It's been fucking awesome. You're going to have to come and join us a bit more often, Perky.
Yes, 100%, mate. 100%. I will indeed. Definitely. I've enjoyed it. I'm sorry I couldn't make it last week. But yeah, no, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I love chatting koi, and I can chat, as you probably see from this last nearly 2 hours. I can chat koi forever. So, but yeah, legend, Vince. Well done for what you're doing, bringing the community together. Absolutely love it. Big shout out to chat. Hopefully you've got your t-shirts and stuff today, which I've sent out. I'm sorry you didn't get yours, Vince. I was hoping you'd be ready.
As soon as they arrive, there'll be a video going up. Don't you panic.
Love it, and I will definitely come and see you guys and spend a day at the koi farm with you and film.
Yeah, that'd
be
absolutely awesome.
I just went and checked my post box. There was no in it.
Sorry, mate. Thanks to you. I'll send you
Well, guys and girls, I'd like to say a massive thank you to my man Perky for joining us. Craig from Scrag68. If you're not subscribed to our koi services over there, get across, give them a like, give them a subscribe, drop in a comment. Tell them Twisted One sent you that. It will tickle in pink. Massive thank you to our resident Ty, Aaron from Humber Koi, Scragstail, such a handsome young fellow. As always, I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you know you're great, and we will see you tomorrow with a video. Night, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Don't disappear, Poppy.
Nice.
No.